Let's talk about some critical improvements that we would all want on our electric scooters. I've reviewed a good few at this point, and without fail, these electric scooters have some faults. If I've missed anything on this list throughout the video, please do comment below and share your thoughts. Let's get right into this. Without fail, most of the electric scooters I've reviewed at this stage have had really poor lighting. What does this lead to? Well, it leads to us actually going ahead and having to buy external lights for our electric scooters, which means sometimes you would have to buy a handlebar mount or a kiddie handlebar to mount those lights on, which absolutely sucks. I would love to see an electric scooter that has right away lights that give you a really good high beam and are very high powered and are also very easily adjustable. The Xiaomi M365 Pro is absolutely terrible. The 9BOT Max is very poor. The Kugo G Booster had good lighting, but for a majority of electric scooters out there, this needs to be improved. I would love to see it on the electric scooters of the future. The second improvement that I would love to see is a split rim for changing tires, for changing tubes on electric scooters. My Varla Eagle 1 has this, which makes it very easy to do it, same as obviously the 010Xs. But for smaller scooters like the Xiaomi scooters, you have to literally rip apart the motor to change a tube, to change a tyre, which can absolutely be a pain. I would love to see a split rim on the electric scooters going forward, because you see so many on forums, on Facebook groups, people having difficulty changing the tires or changing the tubes. So please, the electric scooters manufacturers, get this done. The next one is actually quite an important one. I see some electric scooters that have 8.5 inch tires going really high speeds, so they're like 8.5 inch tires by 1.5 inch, which is quite narrow. Going high speeds at this type of tire is extremely dangerous and you don't have the stability there. So I'd love to see 10-inch tires by 3-inch tires to make it a bit more comfortable and more stable, because you don't want an accident on such a small tire. I've been on an electric scooter that can go around 50 kilometers an hour on these small tires, and it was not that stable. So even a steering damper would help a bit, but I definitely think a wider tire and a bigger tire would help with that stability and make it a hell of a lot more safe. Now let me know, are you on the same boat as me? I live in a country where the weather's it's not amazing, to be honest, by any means, but the IP rating on most electric scooters of today is absolutely terrible. Now the eMove Cruiser is supposed to be really good, and the 9BOT Max is also supposed to be really good in bad weather. But for a majority of us, a majority of our electric scooters, we have to go through silicone. Some of them we have to go through using some Gorilla Tape on some of the entry points on the electric scooters, which I'm going to be showing you in a video. I had to do it on my Varla Eagle 1, and I had to do it on the Varla Pegasus to help prevent rain damage. Now, of course, nothing is 100% guaranteed by all means, but I would love to see like a really good IP rated electric scooter coming out on the market that can give you a bit more added peace of mind. There's nothing worse than you're riding next to all, you have a heavy downpour, you have to get home, you have to clean the scooter, and then you're actually worried about it starting up the next day, which it can really suck. Even if it was a few €100 to spend, like if it was 200-300 euros to spend, you would go out and spend it because you know you have added peace of mind there. Now the next issue, okay, most of us have been there. This stem on electric scooters, I've talked about this. I had to do it on my Xiaomi M365 Pro. I had to address the issues on that. I had to address the issues on the Varla Eagle 1 and upgrade that to the rugged clamp. By the way, any of the videos that are mentioned in this video are going to be all linked below. Have a look at them and click on them at the end of this video if you do want to. I think the only stem that I really found good was actually a couple of scooters would be the Kugo G Booster that has a really strong stem. I mean, it is rock solid. And the 9BOT Max, which was actually really good. And I do know that some of the VSET scooters have a similar design, a similar latch mechanism compared to the 010X, which is not really the best. So you have to upgrade that to the rugged clamp, and sometimes you also have to do adjustments, which means you're after going out spending over €1,000 on an electric scooter, and you have to go out, you have to buy a rugged clamp, you have to do adjustments, and then I guess you're kind of worried if you're on rough terrain. You don't want to swing out of the handlebars, you don't want to push too far forward, you don't want to lean too far back because they have high torque. So when you're pulling off on an electric scooter that has high torque, the handlebars are coming with you sometimes. So of course you need a footrest for that type of thing to help with that torque. The next point is a true spec that have been tested by the manufacturers. I'm sure you can relate to this watching this. You see electric scooters that have a claimed range of 150 kilometers, but in reality I would love to see manufacturers turn around and say, okay, if you weigh around 80 kilos and you're going top speed, you're going to get a distance of around 30 to 40 kilometers. At least at that you know what to expect, because you see people, they go out and then you have to buy external batteries because they realize that true range is not there on the electric scooter that the manufacturers claim. Of course it is tested in the most perfect conditions ever, but in reality I would love to just look at an electric scooter and say, okay, roughly I need to travel 50 kilometers a day, and this electric scooter should be able to do that instead of being extremely disappointed. So if there was true specs given by the manufacturers, that would be great. The next one is kind of a small thing. I'm not sure if this bothers you really, but a key start on the electric scooters going forward would be really good. I think it's brilliant the way you can see also the voltage on the majority of them, like the 010X, the Varla Eagle 1. Plus, it's kind of, let's say you're out, somebody tries to take your scooter, they realize that they need a key to actually take it. So it's kind of a deterrent for people who are looking to steal your electric scooter. By the way, I am going to be testing the Apple AirTag very soon on one of my electric scooters and seeing what they're really like. So we'll be doing that video very soon. The next one is a small thing. It's more of a comfort thing, which was the suspension. Suspension to be all around the electric scooters. I'm talking front and I'm talking rear. Now, I'm not just talking about standard spring suspension. I'm talking if you had the air shock suspension there, because of course over time the springs need to be adjusted and sometimes they will need to be replaced. Plus they do bottom out quite easy. So if you had the air chamber there, you can adjust it to your own liking and the lifespan of them would be a hell of a lot better. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you love PEVs. Alright, the next one, it's the range and it's overall the speed. Manufacturers out there, they're bringing out electric scooters so fast nowadays, and some of the unknown brands, they're bringing out scooters that are like 15 kilometer speed or 20 kilometer speed and the distance on them is 10 kilometers. To be honest, it's changing so fast, the electric scooter market, the EUC market. So I'd love to see more scooters coming out with a much bigger range and a much better speed, and you can adjust the speeds on the P settings on the electric scooters to your own liking. You can customize it. I guess another thing would be the brakes to be kind of full hydraulic all around, because we all know, most of you would know, that full hydraulic brakes are absolutely brilliant. I have them on my Varla Eagle 1 and I find them absolutely brilliant, and they give me the confidence to stop that electric scooter going at high speeds. Semi-hydraulic are also not too bad, but I definitely think full hydraulic is definitely the way forward compared to the standard mechanical disc brakes. So stay safe on your electric scooters and I'll talk to you in the next video.